All right, welcome back to the Black Sheep Podcast. I'm Jen with my beautiful, loving, and talented wife, Jess.
Why do you have to say it like that? Like, beautiful,
Because I love you.
Okay. It's because I'm cunty because I'm on my period.
Yeah, which is a great conversation for our topic today, which is about women's health.
This is going to be fun.
And we have a wonderful human here with us today, Dr. Jenna Ait, good friend of ours, a holistic chiropractor. And we talk about all the taboo topics about health in general whenever we get together. So we're happy to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
We actually had
nice
a regular listener, Amy, shout out to you. This was her idea for a topic to discuss. She was hoping that we could do an episode on some of this stuff. So
Awesome.
we listen to the comments. We appreciate the comments, and we try to give the listeners what they want. So here we go.
Amazing.
So can you give us a little...
Yeah, I'm Dr. Jenna. I've been a holistic chiropractor for just over 25 years. I have a practice in London, and I do focus on more energetic care as opposed to your kind of musculoskeletal care. And yeah, I guess the women's health movement, I think these days is a big one to talk about. So I'm happy that you invited me here today to talk about it. There's lots to talk about.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I just want to say we don't get a lot of treatments done by a lot of people, but because we're very particular on who we let touch us and energetically touch us, work with us. So, and you're one of them.
Thank
right?
you.
You got
I'm
magical
honored,
hands.
honestly.
You have great energy. And a lot of the work that you're doing with your patients is energetic.
Yes.
It is also with the nervous system.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of healing, a lot of people think that they need invasive things, like those big cracks in order to feel like their body's healing or something is being done to make them feel better.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're learning more, what I'm seeing a shift in is that we're shifting more to the parasympathetic work where we're dropping the body into the relaxation response in order for the healing to actually happen.
Yes.
And so that's what I think you mentioned also recently is that you're seeing a shift with your clients.
We're working more with frequency care as opposed to, like you said, the big cracks and the big movements and things. That definitely has a place. But when we're looking at healing the nervous system and regulating the nervous system, it is a very sensitive system. Our nervous system can pick up a change in temperature. It feels a gentle breeze on the skin. So all those kind of nuanced things, we don't really need huge impact or stimulus to make a change.
Speaking of that, question for you. Temperature change.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know that we've been doing for no. I'm not there yet. Not there yet. That's no. No, but for the past few years, we've been really utilizing the sauna cold plunge. And lately I've been reading a lot on the non-benefits for women with cold plunging and the limitations that maybe women might have. And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that, if you have any.
I think it's case by case, honestly. I don't think you can make a blanket statement and say cold plunges for every woman, or even the hot saunas. So what I would say is you talk to somebody about where your nervous system's at, what it needs. Does it need stimulation, or does it need more of a calm, like parasympathetic type of stimulus?
So because I've been reading about, not that necessarily women shouldn't cold plunge, but like that the temperature shouldn't be like, if you have control, because we have a girlfriend that has like a legit cold plunge tub, and you can change the temperature, but her husband keeps it at I'm going to say 5 degrees. I can't recall if that's correct or not, but I think he keeps it at 5 degrees, which she feels is way too cold for her. And that the research shows that maybe a temperature of 8 to 10 degrees would be better for women. Yeah. So maybe it's not such a dramatic shift.
Yeah, our bodies are definitely different, right? I think body composition comes into it. You can get as minute as you want to talk about that kind of stuff, but I think if you look at a larger man who's over 200 pounds, very muscular, maybe has some adipose tissue on there.
What's that? Adipose tissue?
Fat, fatty deposit, whatever.
Okay.
Most of us have, fat, which we should. Anyway,
I'm trying to get rid of mine, but okay.
we all are. Anyway, so then, and then a woman who's maybe really slight and she has less muscle or less fat kind of thing, then you have to kind of adjust, I would just say.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely taken it down a notch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was really I was successfully plunging for 3 to 5 minutes on average. No, I shouldn't say no problem, but like it had become like it was no problem.
Wow.
But then recently after my reading and research, I've just been like just cycling in the sauna, but I'll just do a dip,
Like a quick
plunge, depending on where I am in my cycle, depending on how I feel. I'm no longer forcing myself to feel like I need to do a certain number of minutes in order to feel like I've completed the task. It's just kind of how I feel is kind of how I'm
and I think
doing it.
I think that's the best, we should probably talk on that a little bit about intuition and how we feel what we need instead of, being told and what have you, but
listening to our bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think because the female body is so different where we're in a cycle that your body temperature, especially when you're around your period, when you're bleeding or just before you bleed, sitting in a cold water isn't actually good for you.
Should have told me that last weekend.
You do it.
What, you didn't like it when I forced you?
Okay.
No pressure.
No, but it was actually good. And I said to you, thank you for pushing me because I remember getting ready to come out here last weekend and I'm like, I'm not going in the cold plunge. I'll just do the sauna. I'm not going in the cold plunge. And then, there was a little pressure from somebody.
From me, that's fine.
It's
I'm
all
all
good,
about that.
which
That's
is
okay.
fine. And I do appreciate that about you, is that you do push me out of my comfort zone. So, and I think that's where growth happens, right?
Yes.
It's not when we're comfortable. It's when we are pushing ourselves to experience new things that aren't,
that challenge us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
You're welcome.
It was great. Thank you. It was wonderful. I went home and I'm like, we got to do this more often.
Yeah.
It felt good, right?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
amazing. Yep. So.
Well, where do you want to start, Jenny?
Okay, well, I wanted to talk about some of like the main topics of women's health because I think a lot of women typically first line of defense is go to your family doctor and then they have all the protocols, right? So mammogram, regular pap tests,
Pharmaceuticals.
birth control, all that kind of stuff. So let's kind of dispel some of those things and look at health from a completely different lens because we don't prescribe to any of that. We don't go for any of that. I did back in the day. Never done a mammogram, did the birth control thing, did the pap test, did all that kind of stuff. Never found it helpful. More invasive, more traumatizing to the body,
of course,
if anything.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to start in this particular topic. So we have a 15-year-old daughter, and obviously she started her cycle a little while ago. We're already hearing, and it's reminiscent of my high school years because I can recall every one of my friends being put on birth control in like grade 10, grade 9, 10, and then 11 for sure, 12.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not me, but like everybody else to help manage periods and pain and emotional, acne, all kinds of stuff. And one of our daughter's friends recently went on birth control for those particular reasons. And our daughter asked if she could as well for that particular reason. And I said, abso-fucking-lutely not. Like, you're not. First of all, you need to learn how to cope with pain. I think that we live in a society where every opportunity we have to not feel, we're taking that advantage. 100%. And I don't agree with that. Second, I think it puts girls in a position where if they have a boyfriend, that the boyfriend would just use, well, you're on birth control anyway, so like, why don't we just fuck?
Yeah.
Right? And I just kind of wanted to talk on what your thoughts are with youth, young women, and what your thoughts are with them starting on birth control to manage those.
Yeah, I think that's just opening up a Pandora's box, really,
Yeah.
when you start implementing or giving any type of hormone to a young female, or male for that matter. But when we're not even taught the right information from the get-go about our cycles, I think I was probably in my 30s when somebody mentioned about, the moon cycles and female cycles, and it went ding,
What?
like,
Yeah.
what? 30.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So,
And you're a fucking chiropractor.
yeah.
So you'd think you'd learn about that in school.
No. So, we need to change some of the education, and I think it should come from home, a lot of that information. So mothers and fathers talking to their children, both, even if I have 2 sons, so I don't get to talk about these things a whole lot, like personal experience, but they are exposed to that information, and they know when I'm on my cycle, when I'm bleeding, like they know what's going on.
It's good for boys and
Yeah.
men to know how to support a woman, or know like the signs, or how to, like, if she's in a place, like, don't engage, like
Exactly.
those are like really important.
These are the
things for-
topics not to talk about.
Yeah. And for our daughter, and this is something I wish I had, it was teaching how to manage, like, hey, why do you have cramps? Like, let's look at the symptoms. Like, your periods, like the report card of how well you took care of your body for the past month.
Completely.
Let's put some CBD oil on, or work with clary sage, or maybe you need to increase your protein. You've had too much sugar. Let's like fine tune some things so we're not in pain every month.
Yep.
Because we're not supposed to be experiencing pain every month.
No.
Is that true? Do you feel like women actually should not be experiencing pain?
If your hormones are balanced, which when we start our periods in our teens, they're not going to be, right? So, but they can be worked on. So like through diet, body movement. So whether it's exercise or whatever. Again, I think that there are a number of herbs that we can be taking that will help. And again, that's never an option when you're a teenager. It's here's the Tylenol or the Midol or Advil or whatever. Pop that. Forget about all the symptoms and keep moving.
Yeah.
You know?
And like the emotional piece.
Yeah.
Right there,
Oh my
no
gosh.
discussion around the emotional piece for us growing up. It was just like, watch out, like, oh.
Yeah.
But like to start to, that's part of our job as mothers is to teach those things, right? We're to pass down like how to emotionally regulate, or how to support yourself when you're having those high emotionality, right?
Yeah.
Like to for them to learn those skills. So it's our responsibility now that we're learning those things to pass that down.
Completely. Yeah. And it should be, I mean, if you are a family or a woman who likes to do rituals, I think, again, having your daughter start her period, that can be very ritualistic or, sacred.
Yes.
Yeah, let's use the word sacred, not ritual.
sacred.
I don't like that word.
I know. Sorry, we're talking about
I'm not a fucking pagan.
So sacred ceremonies,
Yes.
for women starting or ending their periods or whatever it is. So
those
I
rite
think
of passages, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's important to look at that, and instead of hiding everything, like I don't ever remember talking to my girlfriends about my period when I was a teenager. Nobody ever talked about it. And so you didn't really know what to expect. You kind of just dealt with it on your own. And from an emotional standpoint, like there were a lot of girls that had crazy symptoms that, again, they were hiding. I had no idea whether they had PCOS or, so polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Again, certain symptoms that, whether they're having cramps that are, an 11 out of 10 kind of thing, bleeding that's really heavy and uncontrollable kind of thing. So,
I had to learn how to put in a tampon at Canada's Wonderland in the bathroom with my friend Jody. She
Memorable.
failed to mention that the applicator was not supposed to go up as well. So when I completed the task, she said, "How did it go?" And I said, "I don't know, but this piece of plastic in me is very uncomfortable." And she was like, "The fucking plastic is not supposed to go in you." And I was like, "Well, fuck me.
It's in there.
How the fuck am I supposed to get that out now?" Try that again.
Try that again.
Fuck.
Again. Yeah. Who's teaching us this stuff?
Well, my mom didn't. My mom
You
would
know?
just give me a heating pad, tell me I could stay home from school.
Yeah.
She'd order Shoppers Drug Mart to the door, and they'd bring me
Ooh.
like magazines, ginger ale, chocolate,
Okay.
and a bottle of fucking Tylenol.
Yeah.
And here you
That
go.
was it.
And so I don't know how I managed to grow up to be who I was, because it wasn't long into my 20s before I became very holistic. And and I was a kid that was raised on Tylenol and gravel 24/7.
Wow.
Crazy.
And I haven't taken a Tylenol or a gravel in I can't even tell you how long.
No.
I cannot remember how long. Like I haven't eaten at McDonald's in 25, 30 years. And Tylenol's got to be pretty fucking
About the same.
close on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But
So there's other ways of dealing with pain or the emotional part.
yeah, smoke a big
Whether,
fat joint.
again,
That sounds great.
There is that for sure. CBD oil. We talked about like raspberry leaf tea. The motherwort tincture that
Oh, yeah.
you have made
Yeah.
has been very good.
Yeah.
So again, there's so many
Castor
things
oil with I bought these
castor oil packs.
Yeah.
I bought these wraps. Like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you take
You
the
put them
castor
around.
oil, you put it on, and then you wrap like it has like Velcro or whatever, and you wrap it around, and then you put a heating pad on.
Do you do that for your period? Because I know some
do
people
it-
do it for digestion
I
as
do.
well.
She does
I
it
do
for
for
digestion.
Yeah.
I don't really do it. But Evelyn, we give it to Evelyn when she has her
good.
period.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You know, growing up, I don't remember actually my mom doing anything for like to teach me those kinds of things, but like in our society, because it's so masculine oriented,
Right.
like the work week, the school, everything's masculine based. And so like part of the discussion with our daughter is like, okay, your body doesn't work with this system. So let's adjust. Like we're going to sleep in tomorrow. We're going to drive you
Yeah.
tonight. Go to bed early. Let's do some self-care. Let's do some hip work. We're going to help you with some of these things. You need to stay home today. Let's just do a self-care day. Like those kinds of ways that like to nurture ourselves. I don't recall that much experiencing that or explaining that.
Yeah.
Like otherwise there's so much pressure to be able to maintain those standards.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure for teenage girls to like keep going. Like,
Yeah.
my mom called it the curse. That's what I remember that.
Yeah. It's a little bit
The
messed up.
curse. Like,
You know?
what?
Yeah. This is
I'm
something
cursed?
that
Like,
is
what are you talking about?
it is magical. The fact that we have this happening inside our bodies
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
It's cyclical. It is tuned to the moon. It should be anyways. Seed cycling is something that I recommend to my patients a lot of the time if their cycle is off, especially after having their own children and things get a little bit wonky with hormone levels and their flow and all of that. So, there's so many different things that you can do to balance those out. So,
Yeah. And I wish, like, I miss having my period. Like, I'm postmenopause. I went through it early because I had an ovary removed when I was 14. So the half-life, so I had like the half-life of fertile years.
wow.
Anyways, but I miss that, the bleed, because it was like a release valve for pressure in the body, for tension. And
Completely.
I would have loved.
I do not think I will ever say that.
Yeah.
That I miss my bleed. I can't imagine ever saying that. I really don't think I'm going to say that.
Well,
I remember getting my period for the first time I think I was 16. Like I was older than your typical, and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have this for the rest of my, like for another, whatever, 50
forever.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
feels like
forever.
yeah.
And here I am like moving into, like I'm perimenopausal and I know that when I don't get it, like I'm still, getting it once in a while, but when I don't get it, I miss it. It's like, I need, like you said, I need that release. I need to feel almost like cleansed.
Yes, it's a purge. It's your body's way
it's
of
a purge.
purging.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
And one thing that I noticed for some women is that if they don't cry, if they hold in their emotions, it comes out through a heavy bleed.
Completely. Yes.
Because your body's still trying to purge it, and that's one of the ways that your body will move that energy.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, and moving energy is something, you come from a yogic background, and well, Jess uses her voice to move energy, so which is amazing.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
humor, right?
and
Yeah.
I think it's so great because those are two great ways to move energy in the body.
Right.
We again have never been taught that until you move into kind of like this holistic community where you meet people that teach you different things, whether
Right.
it's sound. Anyway, so it is important to do that. And the type of chiropractic care that I practice is very much about connecting to the energy in your body. So whether it's tension in the muscles or in your gut, wherever you hold tension, and then releasing it by using your breath and body movement. So again,
Settling your body. Right.
yeah. So yeah, there are lots of different ways of doing that. So
Can we talk about mammograms?
sure.
Have you ever done one?
I have not done one.
How old are you?
51.
And you haven't died.
you look
That's
good.
incredible.
I know, like,
Wow.
there's a reason
Wow.
these are still perky. Anyway, I think that there's always the big push, right? Like the Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
Right.
the pink ribbons, and all of that, that we need to go and get our mammograms done. And at the very least, do our self-breast exams. Those are important. I mean, I don't tell people to go get mammograms. Again, talking to a couple of physician friends of mine, they're kind of the same mindset. They said, well, fine. If you have a family history of, 3 generations deep, you may want to go and just have like a baseline done at the age of, late 40s or early 50s. But then, there's always going to be, especially if you've had children, you're going to have a lot of kind of abnormal findings because we have breast tissue that becomes lumpy, or even lymph nodes that become clogged because of
Right.
poor health decisions, or not poor health decisions, but
Poor health decisions. That's
poor health
fine.
decisions. Sure,
It's
we'll go
true.
with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a fact.
So there's so many factors, and I think that if we're not massaging breast tissue on our own, or going in to have lymph drainage massage, then
Sorry, breast massage?
breast massage. Have you not ever? No, never.
No, but
massaged
I'm
your
looking at my wife. Like,
breast tissue?
maybe you could do that for me.
Well, it
I
can
do
be a
my
partner
own.
thing. It can be.
But yeah,
I mean, how many
yeah.
partners? There's been partners finding lumps in their partner's breasts, right?
Yeah.
So because of spending time together that way. So
Yeah.
I'd like you to massage me.
there you go.
Okay.
Side question: do you know the
Thermography.
Yeah.
So
like other?
Yeah, other options for sure. So breast thermography basically is done. They take pictures, and it gets a heat reading of the tissues of what they're. And so anywhere there's an increase in temperature, typically there would be a increase of proliferation of cells or growth of cells, which would mean possibly cancer. It couldn't. It's not always. It can be. Benign growths and things like that. And you can have thermography done throughout your whole body, but typically it is used for breast tissue.
So if we have the ability to do thermography, then why the fuck are we sending women to have their breasts smushed like a fucking pancake?
Can go and have an ultrasound done as well, which is another option. So there's so many different options that, again, good question.
Would you
Why
say
a
that?
GP
Would you say that? Would you say that a mammogram is like old, ancient fucking technology, and we've moved past it, and or no?
I think that it is. I wouldn't say it's ancient technology, but I think that it is not the gold standard that it once was. Maybe back.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So there's a number of different options.
So my aunt actually owned a medical thermography clinic.
Oh, cool.
And so my mom and I both had worked for her. So we would
like
get
that.
the screens done for ourselves. But we had, because it wasn't recognized here, we had to have a doctor in the States read the reports
Okay.
and then send it to the patients.
Okay.
Because it wasn't recognized. Like family doctors weren't like, I don't know how to read this. I don't know what
I
you
don't
just
think
did.
family doctors still.
No, I agree.
don't think they know what they are doing when they would look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
They would probably see the heat reading and go, okay, now you need to go for a mammogram,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
And to pay, like certain, like these kinds of things are private, right? So you have to pay for most of this stuff.
there is that. Yeah, I think that OHIP only covers,
Yeah.
I don't even think it covers anything of
Well,
that.
we already know that the Western medical system is
Right.
is
It's so
very
broken.
It's so broken, and
Yeah.
so part of like even this discussion is talking about and empowering ourselves over our own health,
Yep.
and putting our money where our mouth is as well, is like investing in those things that are going to support our own health and long term health.
Exactly. I think it's important to again, these days when things are so expensive, you have to budget for your own health care,
Yep.
whether that's if you have benefits, wonderful. And then again, you don't just stop your care when your benefits run out,
Right.
whether it's therapy, whether it's
Yeah.
chiropractic care, physio, whatever.
Yeah.
You still need to take care of yourself even
Yeah.
when you don't have benefits to cover it.
Yep.
So you need to budget for that.
Yep.
Whatever that looks like, whatever your choices are. Yeah, if you're not doing that, then you're going to be in the system. And
Yeah.
you don't want to be in the system.
No.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that I feel like everything that we do is outside of the system,
Yeah.
which is why I have
That's why you're so healthy.
that's why I have such an inclination to private healthcare, which gets liberals just fucking so fired up, which is hilarious to me because I love it.
We're already working in the privatized
But we don't,
health sector
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Like I just wish it won't happen here. But I just wish it would, because once everything became privatized, there would be competition, and health providers would have no choice but to compete with each other for business. It's just like LASIK eye surgery. It used to cost 20 grand. Now it costs 5.
Yep.
Because there's a guy in every fucking corner of every city that
They're
does
doing
it,
it all.
and you got to compete. So you got to lower the prices. Unless, of course, you're like me and you need cataract surgery at 44, then it costs a lot more. But anyway,
It's all that watching the podcasts and
no,
videos.
it's listening. I don't watch a lot. I listen. So I would be, if you told me that I needed ear surgery, I would be a lot more inclined to believe what you're saying. Like that would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I have headphones in 24/7 listening to
podcasts. And
too
things.
much information.
Earbuds.
But
Earbuds. Yeah.
hey, listen, let me just
Wired.
quickly.
Headphones.
I have tried wired headphones so many times, but in my line of work, I rip them to shreds within a day. I just like pull them by accident when I'm
Because you're
doing stuff,
constantly
and
working and
they just, and then you've got to have your phone in your fucking pocket, and I don't like that either. Anyway, whatever. That's not the topic of conversation, but that's another day. But
that is
anyway,
but
so let's just I'm just gonna ask you bluntly: mammograms, yay or nay?
no.
No.
There's a number of different options, like we mentioned,
Yeah.
that can be done. And I think that now, if you find that you have breast cancer, you could go and have pictures done so that they can actually get an idea of it. It'd be like having a CT scan or an MRI to really locate what's going on.
Right.
But I wouldn't go check to see with having a mammogram. I would
Right.
go do thermography and ultrasound first.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think
No, go ahead.
I think the first step is like your body's intuition when something's off versus like following a protocol
Exactly.
that might not make sense for you.
Yeah. And I mean, get comfortable with touching your body.
Learning your body,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So I think that comes with all parts, whether it's your vagina, your breast tissue, your abdomen. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time we don't put our hands on our bodies unless we're doing something to ourselves. So whether it's cleaning, putting makeup on, doing our hair,
Right.
It should be just feeling what's happening
Right.
in our bodies and being more in tune with, is that normal? Do I always feel that?
Right. What are these sensations that I'm experiencing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like whenever I've gone through digestive stuff, because there's some generational trauma with our digestion that I'm really working on and focusing on healing. And part of that process has been learning my digestive tract, like my small intestine to the large intestine down to the colon, and learning how to massage it and do the, I think it's iliac, the valve.
Ileocecal valve. Yeah.
Thank you. Doing that. That
Sounds so
fascial
smart.
release.
I'm a little smart.
She knows all the words.
All the words.
All the words. And I've had clients that say like, oh, like I felt a weird thing there. I'm like, well, let's investigate that. Like, get curious. What was that sensation? Do you know what organ that was? Do you know where the organs are in your body? If you got those little back pain, is that your kidneys that are firing? Okay, well, what's going on with the lungs? Like, I think like learning self-mastery and learning how to have full sovereignty over our own health is learning about our body and all those sensations rather than
Very
getting
much so.
fearful and running and jumping to help right away.
Yeah.
Because that just disempowers us.
So that's a huge one where we don't realize that somatic awareness is what you're talking about, is being aware of different areas of the body, whether it's organs, muscles, joints, and really exploring and discovering what's happening and why.
Right.
There's a great book called Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Miss, and she talks about how different emotions are tied to the different chakras and different organs and organ systems of the body.
Cool.
And that blew my mind again. Didn't learn it in chiropractic college. It was, we learn about symptoms and how they're related to the different levels of the nervous system, the different levels of the spine. But never talked about chakras, energy centers of the body. I had talked about that a little bit with my dad, who was also a chiropractor, from an energetic standpoint, but that's it. Like, we kind of skimmed over it until I did my own reading. And that just blew my mind, how people coming in with low back pain, well, again, they may have some digestive stuff going on, but then they may have like money problems or family issues going on that are tied to their root or sacral chakra. So again, as soon as you start reading and learning more about the body and how it's all connected to your surroundings and also some ancestral stuff that we carry with us, you can really start healing yourself and helping yourself by looking for practitioners to help you out. And yeah, so.
So I want the listeners to hear what your treatments are like, so they can hear your entrainments.
This is tough. It's so funny because even patients of mine say like, I can't really describe it when I get off the table, because
it kind of reminds me of Bowen.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Because
do you see Donna Costa for Bowen?
I don't currently, but I did after I saw her for Bowen after my brain injury, and I saw you.
Shout out to Donna.
Yeah, shout out to Donna. And I saw you for chiropractic.
Yeah.
So those were my two major people. But I was just blown away because it didn't seem like she was doing anything. Like, she would do these little, like, I would describe it as like a J.
Okay.
Like almost like
a stroke?
Writing a J on my back or something.
Okay.
And I'd be like, what the fuck are you, like, there's nothing going on. But I would instantly fall asleep on the table in the treatment.
Amazing.
And same with your treatments, like very relaxing. Whereas when you're going to a traditional chiropractor, which is what I was used to. So when I started to see you, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, is she even doing anything? Right? Because it's like you're used to like,
we're used to invasive manipulations
cracking
of the body.
Yeah. So, I come from a chiropractic family, 3 generations deep, received care for all my life. So at the age of 30, I was introduced to network spinal analysis, or network chiropractic care. it is different in that we're working with the nervous system and trying to regulate the nervous system as opposed to force or manipulate the spine to then help the nervous system.
So, sorry, your dad and the other generations, were they normal
They were
chiropractic
traditional
care?
chiropractors. Yep.
Okay.
So your snap, crackle, pop kind of chiropractors.
Okay.
Grandfather started in Tilsonburg. Anyway, so with network care, what we're doing is allowing the body to get into a relaxed or safe state, that parasympathetic mode where it's able to heal. Because when you are in fight or flight or fawn or freeze, you don't heal.
Your body's tensing up, you're bracing yourself, you're
Exactly.
protecting. Right.
So, if you think about, if you see I don't know, if you're about to be in a car accident, what do? We tense up.
Right.
So that type of tension will not allow for healing, for connection. And so with the entrainment, as opposed to a chiropractic adjustment, the entrainment is to get into that parasympathetic mode, and then the gentle contacts that we make on the neck or on the sacrum, it signals the nervous system to then pay attention and reconnect to areas that have been held in defense or protective sympathetic state. And in doing so, then when that muscle tension drops out, the tension that we've been holding, whether it's in our gut or in our spine, wherever, that then allows our nervous system to heal, but also self-correct the spine. So sometimes people get up off the table and like, wow, I just heard a click in my neck, or my back just popped. The spine will realign on its own.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So these, again, the results are more sustainable. We hear from people that see a traditional chiropractor that, well, once you go, you never, stop going,
Right.
kind of thing. And I think that if we can be more self-sustaining
Yes.
in our own care, so given tools that we can use to help ourselves, we don't have to keep going back to those practitioners all the time.
Right.
I think in the beginning, yes, you need a guide to help you gain those tools and learn how to do things differently. And that's not just with the entrainment or the adjustments, it's lifestyle changes, right?
Right.
So
I grew up with a mom who's a physiotherapist.
Oh,
and she was like,
didn't know that.
anti-chiropractic.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, they're just money grabbers. You gotta keep going to see them. Whereas the physiotherapist is like, let's do some work and like correct the issue. Right.
Sure.
So when I started seeing you, it was like, this was so different.
Yeah.
Such a different experience, because we both have gone to chiropractors. We've tried lots of different things, but I keep going back to you. I keep returning back to. I feel the best when I leave you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that when we allow people to make the change for themselves, I'm the facilitator.
Right.
I'm not forcing the change.
Right.
I'm not making you do something. A chiropractic adjustment it's called a manipulation.
Yep.
Now it does help a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. Chiropractic adjustments help a lot of people. But when we empower people to allow their bodies to get into that state for healing,
Right.
because we don't.
Yeah.
We literally spend our lives in sympathetic state probably 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Which it should be the opposite. But when we allow ourselves to let go and connect to our bodies and feel what's going on, that's where the magic happens. That's where connection and communication happens in the body. And then we can feel what we need. We
Right.
can listen to those messages that the body's telling us.
Right.
So whether that's body movement, like,
Yeah.
when I need to get on my yoga mat, or I need to go for a run, I need to, get the punching bag out, whatever it is. But then also I need to rest, or I need to lay here in Shavasana, or I need to put a sad movie on and cry to let out this energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a different way of, it's not different. I mean, people have been doing it for eons. It's just, I think right now we're coming to an age and stage where people are so overstimulated by their environment, by their relationships.
Devices.
Yeah, vices.
Yeah.
That they need a time to just sit or lay down and do nothing and be okay with that instead of feeling like they have to go and do something.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think just when you lay down on your table and you get us just to focus on our breath, the awareness comes back into ourself rather than sitting there and waiting for something to happen to us.
Yeah.
Right? You're inviting self-awareness to kick in and for us to return back to our own connection to ourselves.
Well, and I can always remember getting adjusted and like waiting for the like
crack.
So you're
No
doing
breath guided to it.
well, yeah, but you're doing exactly what you said you shouldn't do when you're in an accident, which is preparing for bracing for impact. So when I'm on the table and he's gonna go do my neck, I'm like
waiting.
stiffen up, right?
Yeah.
Another question I had is my old chiropractor used to I'm a neck cracker. So one question is, should I be cracking my neck? And my second question is, well, I guess it's all one question, but he would get mad because as I would be waiting,
You're sitting there
I would
adjusting.
I'm not I'm not like doing it on purpose. I never crack my neck looking for a crack. I crack my neck when I know it needs to be cracked.
Okay.
I feel it and then it's just whatever. Yeah. Is that something you shouldn't be doing?
So there's two schools of thought, I think, on this. My own personal one is the fact that you're not going to damage your joints and you're not going to, die from like arthritis in your joints from cracking. I crack my fingers and my joints all the time because they need that release. The cavitation or that pop that
It's the air buildup, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so, but at that time, we also kind of get a hit of dopamine a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah,
within the nervous system. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, relief.
So, okay, good. We need to feel good or we need that release in the joints. From a biomechanical standpoint, a lot of the times when you're clicking your neck, you're not actually adjusting or correcting the area that needs the adjustment. What's happening is the area below or above that stuck area is hypermobile, and that's what you're clicking. So you're still getting that kind of endorphin rush,
Right.
but
So when
you're not really helping yourself.
So when you see me and like one of my neck side is over here and my other one's over here, me doing the little click isn't gonna fucking fix that.
It's not fixing it. It's helping you to feel better for the moment, right?
Does it create more hypermobility?
It can, for sure. Yeah. It can definitely create more, especially in the neck. People, I see them doing it all the time. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that felt good, but it's definitely creating just a hypermobile or a weakness there in the neck. And sometimes that will then result in like disc issues in the neck or whatever. So
interesting.
That's my
advice
to you.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm curious, what are your top 3 or 5 health recommendations for women that you can recommend?
Ooh. Okay. To be put on the spot.
Should this be like
how about you think about that, and I'm gonna ask another question. You think
I have a whole bunch of stuff to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay. Let's talk about IUDs.
Oh man, good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so foreign object,
right,
put in your uterus so that your cycle stops.
Right.
Let's just think about that.
Think about that statement. I mean, why? I understand it's a birth control method. Mm-hmm. I get that. But man, learn your cycle.
Right.
And then don't have sex when you're ovulating.
Right.
That is
if you're trying to not get pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and
That's
so then, you think about like, well, young kids and blah, 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 whatever. Well, maybe they shouldn't be having sex.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No, hey, I'm in that one. I'm 100%.
I don't know.
I didn't have sex till I was 21. So
what the hell is going on down
that
there?
Exact reason.
You shouldn't be using the apparatus for
absolutely
all the things.
I couldn't agree more.
No. IUDs, hell no. I had a patient who she just had hers removed. She'd had it in. I'm assuming she'd had a couple in because she's around my age, but she had had one since her daughter, who's now 20 some odd years old,
Oh, wow.
had it in there for hormone control. And I thought,
Yikes.
what the fuck?
I had one as well.
How lazy is your doctor? How lazy
Right.
is your doctor?
Right.
Great question.
Because
Very
there are
lazy.
so many different things that you can try before you put a piece of copper on the lining of your uterus.
Right.
It's not normal.
And like, I also want to talk about the trauma that women suffer having it inserted and removed.
Yes.
No,
Thank
no
you.
doctor.
Blech.
So when I went and got mine, no doctor described the amount of pain that you experience.
Of course.
They just said
you wouldn't do it.
they'll say
if they
take
told you.
take a couple Tylenol before you
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
That was a suggestion.
Dumb it down a little.
I
Yeah.
remember just being keeled over in my car thinking I'm going to be sick. I can't drive. Oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then to make it worse, when I wanted to go get it removed, they couldn't get it.
Find it.
So I
Yeah.
had to go for another procedure. I had to get an
Blech.
ultrasound to make sure it was still there or like where it was.
You didn't
Like where, go find it, like, and then I had to go for another.
I
Like,
shouldn't be laughing. It's horrible.
but it was
it's horrible.
But these are not the conversations that you hear.
No.
And then my body kept trying to. It felt like it kept trying to have that bleed, that release that it needed, but it never
Yeah.
got that. And so it was just like all this energy just constantly pent up in my body.
Yeah. And like, that's a, yes, she had,
Yes.
like,
to
yes,
the pent upness.
yes to all of that, because when I met her, I was like already way awake. And I was like, you have what? Like, what do you have?
Yeah.
You need to get that
Yeah.
fucking removed now. But
Yeah.
even just like Jen is an example because she's here and it's easy to talk about. You've got someone with one ovary,
Yeah.
who's already got crazy hormones as
Yeah.
it is, and then you add this in, right? And then like she was always needing to release,
Sure.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and like just the fact that like no doctor, and always problems in that area, and no doctor can like logically look at her particular situation and say, maybe this isn't the best road for you to go down.
All I did was medical, like the Western medicine for all my women's health stuff. And
Right.
all it did was create more trauma,
problems,
more
right?
problems, more trauma.
Yeah.
And then you look at someone like me, late bloomer with sexual activity,
Yeah.
was on birth control for maybe 2 years, maybe,
Yeah.
and it was the NuvaRing, which I'm not saying is
Okay.
better or worse than anything. I'm just saying
Yep.
that's what I was on, and got pregnant anyway.
No way.
While I was on
I
it.
didn't know that. Oh.
So I was only on
Good
it for
times.
I was only on it for, like I said, maybe 2 years, and then have had no other medical interventions in that way whatsoever. A natural childbirth, no
Amazing.
drugs, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm 44. I still have my period regularly every month. No, no.
What
it
a
doesn't-
dream for like you've
It
had
doesn't look
such-
like it's coming to an end anytime
Well, you're
soon.
not a very good patient to the system.
No.
Are you?
No, I'm
Right?
not.
You're
No,
not
I'm
a very
not.
good moneymaker for them.
No, I'm
That's
not.
right.
No, I'm not.
Unfortunately. So this is it, is that, once we hit puberty, well, I don't know. I mean, kids are even like in the system, right? Doing
Yeah.
other things
Yes.
or whatever,
Yeah.
different medications and things. But I think that when a doctor
such a
sees a
good
woman
point.
walking into their office,
Yep.
it's,
Patient for life.
yeah,
Right.
hands down.
Right. Or at least
Right?
until they hit menopause, and then they go, oh, fuck you now. I don't know what to do with
then,
you.
But then it's like,
No.
well, you need the shingles vaccine. And
Well,
then you
I
need
know
this,
that, but
and
I just
your
mean-
your
Yeah.
every year flu shot and all the things. So
What I mean by that is there seems to be very little discussion around menopause. So it's like
Yeah.
we've got you from basically 14 until, let's just for argument's sake say 50.
Yep.
And then at
Then
50,
that's it.
it's like now you're hearing little bits and pieces about T and estrogen and like giving women hormones, but that's just scratching the surface of the last
Yeah.
like 4 years, I'd say.
yeah,
Up until 4 years ago, it was like you hit menopause and fuck, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Like we got nothing for you unless it's antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication.
Exactly.
Because that's what
Yep.
women
That's all they
who are
knew.
hitting menopause, all of a sudden, that's what
Yeah.
they're depressed or they're anxious, one of the two or both.
Yep.
And they get put on those medications, but there's nothing that can be
It's
done.
all just dysregulation, nervous system dysregulation.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's nervous system dysregulation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was talking to my sisters about this last weekend, where it was, you know, what my mother was given, or even my grandmothers were given. My grandmothers were both given electric shock therapy
Wow.
while they were in menopause
So hold on a second.
because
though.
they were hysterical.
But their husbands
Right.
were chiropractor. Their husband, one of the
One of
husbands
them
was a chiropractor. So
The
he
other
felt
one
like that was a good
had
idea?
lost her husband early. So, I think that even back then you gave the GP kind of like
Free
godlike
range?
powers.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what you're doing.
Take my wife.
Yep. Take my wife, put her in a mental institution, and give her electric shock therapy.
Now, in all fairness to that time, women are fucking loopy when they're going through menopause. And I mean, I'd like to send Jen for electric shock therapy sometimes. So like,
like, here, take her. You know, sure.
in all
Just bring her
fairness-
back when you're done. Like,
Just
You know.
wait.
yeah,
Just
yeah. You're
you
only
wait.
44. 45
you
is
wait.
when it hits. Mark my words.
Oh no, that's like 6 months
know,
away.
you
Chill
get-
out, bro. Chill out.
Get on the roller coaster. Let's
Chill
go.
out.
So no, and
I can wait.
Yeah, you can wait. You can wait. Listen, the beginning of our relationship was like tumultuous because
Yeah.
Jen didn't know, like Jen had no idea what was going on in her body. So she kept blaming me.
I had the IUD in at that time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Before
And
I
her
met Jess,
hormones
yeah.
were like
Okay.
insane. And
Yeah.
she would blame me. And I was like, and I would say like, I can see how the outside world would think I'm the problem. I can totally agree with you. But
projecting,
but like,
erratic.
I don't think this is me.
And also, we both had never dated women before, and so we never knew what
Like
it was
how
like with the cycles, and that
Yeah,
our
oh.
bodies were also like it hit us on. It finally clicked. Why are we
You're like,
fighting once a
oh,
month? Like, why are we having these big fights once a month? We were.
it's crazy.
Can you tell a story? Where were we?
Oh, we were in Mexico, and we were on a cruise, which is never a good idea. And I got my period like at 6 o'clock in the morning. And believe it or not, on a cruise ship, you can get anything in the world that you want.
Amazing.
Anything you want,
Love it.
except a tampon.
Oh, yeah, really?
Anything you want.
No?
Okay.
No tampons.
No weed. No tampons. That's it.
No
Everything
weed?
else. Everything
What
else.
a nightmare!
You're
What
shit
a
out of
nightmare
luck.
for-
Like,
Right?
whatever.
Like all I want is weed and a tampon. So I've got toilet paper shoved up my fucking pussy.
Yowza. No.
And it's like 900 degrees outside. So we go off the ship to go into Mexico. I think we may have been in Cozumel to go find a pharmacy to go get tampons. And we had booked an excursion. Like my brother booked us an excursion. And can I just have my period? This is the problem with Jen, is that her hormones always overrule.
Okay.
So like I'm just on my period and I just really need a tampon and I just really need to like lay down and chill out. And we get to the catamaran and she's, I'm not fucking going on that. I don't want to fucking be with all those people. I'm not fucking doing this. And I was like, oh my God.
I'm just hot. I'm just really hot.
I'm like,
so.
bitch, so am I. Okay? It's 900 degrees. So am I. Okay? So then I said, fine, let's rent scooters and
Better.
and and we'll just drive around. I guess that's what we'll do. She was so cunty. We had one scooter and I was, of course, the operator.
Okay.
And she's on the back and I'm just giving her a fucking ride because I'm like, you know what?
Are you cooled off yet?
Yeah. Let me get the wind going through your fucking hair here and see if that helps. I just remember her like squeezing me to be like, stop. And I'm like, no, bitch.
That's so
You've
funny.
put me through enough today. Hold the fuck on. And she's got this hammock on the back at one point. And so those like a wooden.
I'm carrying it. We bought a hammock along one of our like detours, and she's weaving in and out of the traffic, and I'm just like moving it, like trying to
the
hold
back of the
on
scooter.
because I can't hold her. I'm just like squeezing with my legs, moving this hammock, and she's dying laughing, and I was just like,
Oh, God.
That's how I could
funny.
like. get my anger out, but like and
Yeah.
laugh about it and have fun. She
Get me to
wasn't, but
shut
I
up.
was. Like
Yeah.
it was fucking awesome for me. But that's we learned.
That's when we learned we.
No, that's not when we learned.
Well,
that was
This
just
was
that's when
one
it
of
clicked for
one of
me.
the instances.
that was just an experience. It
Yeah.
took still many years, I think, before.
Probably really truly figure it out.
Yeah, I think it was closer to like 2019, 2020 when you were like,
Well, now it's different because I'm postmenopause, but I can still feel. 'cause
Yeah.
I
no.
can-
Yeah.
See, this is where I disagree. I think that that's bullshit. I think that women who are in menopause are still hormonal and they're still cycling, but they're not bleeding. At least she
Yeah,
is.
for
Because
sure.
she always says to me,
Hands
I feel
down.
you. And I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
I think this is you. I think this is your shit and you keep fucking putting it on me. I'm fine.
I can feel her cramps.
Yeah.
Just like I can feel when a client comes in, I can feel their knee pain or the weight on their chest. I can feel what they're experiencing. I can feel her cramps. I can feel what side our daughter's ovulating on.
Yeah.
I can feel where her eggs being released. I can feel all of their shit all the time. And so when she's hormonal, I'm hormonal with her. And it's
So this is my question. Can't I have my own fucking period? Can't I just have a period where it's about
Not in
me?
a house full of
Does
three
it all
women.
have to be about her?
we're
Three
all
women?
going through it.
Like, I just want to have
This
a
is
day.
where like having a man in the house would be
It might be
great
good.
just to start balancing this energy.
Even a male dog somewhere.
Yeah, we have
Something.
nothing.
They're all
there's
bitches.
every-
We got
they're
nothing.
all
We got bitches
bitches here.
The closest thing
Change
we
the
had,
podcast name, okay?
right?
we got
The
a
closest
cat.
thing we had to a guy was Daisy, and she's gone now. So
And
that
she was
was the closest thing we had to a male here.
Yeah. Oh, poor thing. I know. I just had to bring up Daisy.
I know.
Bless.
Well, it's true though. She
I
was
know.
like the closest thing to it's the closest thing to trans you can get that I believe in because I don't believe in it. But that one there is
Yep.
like I could see that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
anyway, yeah. So periods are fucked and menopause is fucked and
I think the main thing is to engage with all of those symptoms and realize that it is hormones. Like even when our
Yeah.
we become ragey or we become super overly self-critical of ourselves or we're worried about like what's going on with my partner, whatever. All of those things are our hormones changing how our brain chemistry
Right.
is working. And so I think your doctor will go, that's not right. That's not okay.
You're a bit manic. You're
Right.
depressed.
We
You're
need to
pretty
give you
anxious.
something for that. Then you don't have to deal with it on a monthly basis. Don't worry
Right.
about it.
right.
No, you can deal with it. I think expressing your emotions
Mm-hmm.
is important.
You also have to have humor. You have to have
Yes.
a partner
Yeah.
that's willing to laugh about it.
Completely.
Like
Yep.
I think one of the biggest shifts in our relationship was humility, where Jen's a type A perfectionist.
Yeah.
And when Jen let that go and could just be like, I'm actually not perfect and I can laugh at my
That's
fucking
huge.
absurdities.
That's huge.
It is huge.
Took
Yeah.
pressure off of myself right away when I started being able to laugh at myself like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, and
Yeah.
it took pressure off of the relationship because all of a sudden
Completely.
she would like stop, recognize her fucking behavior and then just start laughing.
Yeah.
It's important, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I think that saves a relationship
Totally.
first and
Totally.
foremost. There are women that, if you even like whisper the fact that, well, your emotions or how you are right now is because of your period, they get crazy mad about it. And I'm like, but it's the truth. So let's just be real about
Can we just laugh
what's
at-
going on inside
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe have a laugh about it because everybody has those days where you're just
It's not representative
yourself.
of you. That's not who
Yeah.
you are. This is what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
This is like the woman experience,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. And men go through their own cycles. You guys have talked
Yeah.
about that before.
Yeah.
Maybe a 24-hour cycle thing.
Yeah.
And so, let's just be real about it and acknowledge and move on. Like, I think
Yeah.
instead of trying to medicate all the symptoms out, let's use some of these tools that we know will help us. Even just talking about it and laughing about it is
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
Keeping it light. And that helps a lot because it can, I think, really save a relationship. I think.
Yeah. I think that's one area that men are lacking in.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the many.
Yeah.
We are not a bashing men podcast. We love men. We appreciate men. But there's one there's several areas where men need to improve, but one area is learning their partner's cycles and
Yes.
understanding what the cycle is, what does it look like. And I do think this is where the education system obviously lacks. Again, one of the many areas that they lack
Yes.
in. They take the boys out of the classroom and they just teach the girls. And it's like, you know what?
crazy.
I think y'all need to let the boys in
Yeah.
here so that they have a better understanding, because not every mom is like you, where the boys in the house know this is where I'm at. This is what I'm experiencing. It's very taboo. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
The boys have no clue.
Is that a girl issue? Okay, I don't need to hear about
Right.
that.
And then they get
Yeah.
into their own relationships, and then that's how they treat their partners, which
Right.
creates a divide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus this is what's going on. Oh, like we see, I can't remember if it was someone that we knew or if it was a video, but there was a guy that was like he was tracking, I think it was someone in person.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say a colleague of mine, her husband used to track her cycle, so he would know where she was in her cycle,
Wonderful.
and then how to support her
Darn
in
right.
that phase.
Yeah. Yep.
But like
Instead of guessing,
But like
yeah.
it's so simple
Yeah.
for the guy to
Walking
do
on
that,
eggshells
and
all
then
the time.
the guy
know?
could just be
Yeah.
like, look at his phone and go like, oh yeah, that's why she was a cunt this morning. And then at night he could stop and grab some flowers
Yeah.
or
Chocolate.
something
Rub her
nice,
feet.
something nice
Yeah.
for dinner. Like
Yes.
cook her a nice dinner. Yeah, rub her feet,
Yeah.
which you never rub my feet. Like, by the way, I would really love a foot rub.
Do you have a weird foot thing? Do you like feet?
She's
I mean, I don't mean like a
she's
weird
never
foot thing.
expressed she
I just
has a
mean-
weird thing in the positive or the negative, so there shouldn't
She's
be.
also never asked,
Okay.
so
There you go.
We're
you
learning.
better start asking.
We're learning. Yeah, but she should be already knowing that.
No, we
Yeah,
already
we just
talked about
established
this,
that
right?
if you're no, we just established that a man should be understanding where his wife is in the cycle and what he can do to provide for her. So if she's so aware and she can feel my shit, then certainly she
Like,
can feel that I
give
need
me
a
your
fucking
damn
foot
feet.
rub.
touche.
Yeah,
But
okay, cool.
maybe she offers in different ways,
I do.
like
I
cooking
do.
a
I
meal
baked
or
you an
Yeah.
Avi chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really nice. It's not what I needed. It was very
But
nice.
I mean,
because you want to know
you
what
know.
happened? Let me tell you what happened. I
What's that?
ate the whole, she made 24
Atta girl.
cookies, and I bet you I ate 16 of them
amazing.
in like 3 days.
See?
And,
And
then we
then-
had to record the podcast today, and I'm in the sauna an hour before to try and sweat off 5 pounds. So
Yeah.
Just foot rub.
yeah, I don't want more
So-
sugar and chocolate. I want a fucking foot rub or a
So
titty
maybe
rub.
we just need to get better at asking for what we need and not believing that our partners just know exactly what we
Okay,
need.
you know what? That's fine. It's just fuck you and fuck you because because 5 minutes ago y'all were saying how men need to blah blah blah, and then you're not understanding that in this particular role she's the guy and
I
she
think
needs
it's both.
to be aware.
I think it's both. I think it's good for us to be able
Yeah.
to understand where our
Both
spouse
sides, for
is.
sure.
And also, women need to communicate their needs.
I think so,
instead of
too.
Yeah,
have,
that-
like
yeah, fair.
want their husbands to mind read.
No. Yeah.
That's not
well,
not fair.
you know what? It's just frustrating because you can mind read everything, just not that. So, I mean, that you could work on mind reading that. Just saying. Hashtag just saying.
Just saying. I know.
Yeah. 2 dykes.
Yeah.
2 dykes and some cows.
2 dykes and some cows. Yeah. Is there any other questions? Oh,
well,
so
let's just wrap up.
Wait,
Name,
what do you mean wrap up?
Well,
How long have we been going for?
It's an hour.
What do you got, Laura? An hour? Okay.
yeah.
Let's go over let's just name off some holistic, healthy things that women can
No,
do.
no, I'm not there yet. Sorry, I'm not ready to wrap up yet. I want to talk about testosterone and estrogen because that's
Oh,
all
good.
I'm hearing about right now is women
Yeah.
taking estrogen and testosterone to help with their menopause or whatever it is, and I want to know, like, should I get in on the T game? Should I get on the E game? Like, what, if anything? Like, maybe nothing. I'm
yeah.
just
So I think
I'm just wondering if my weight gain recently is because I eat
you're heading into
16
perimenopause.
cookies over the last 3-day time, or is it because I'm in menopause, like perimenopause,
Perimenopause.
and I'm
Yeah, and that's it. So your GP would say, well, let's take a blood test and we'll see what levels you have. And typically, a lot of the times, those blood levels will come back within normal limits
Okay.
or normal. So then you go, well, great. That doesn't really help me. So there are different things that you can do to kind of test, right? Like for yourself, where your estrogen levels are. We talked about this a little bit last weekend where like puffiness and bloating and things like that. Again, typically that's kind of like a high estrogen symptom, right? Like during your cycle, when your estrogen is really high, you feel kind of full and bloated and what have you. So testosterone, again, typically we look at like where our sex drive is at, if we're attracted to our partners, if we feel like we need to be active. And again, you're active all the time. So again,
That's what's hard for me. It's hard for me to know if I have, but it sounds to me like I have high estrogen and low testosterone. If I'm just guessing from what you just said, I would think that I have low testosterone.
Yeah. So
is there a natural way to
Right
boost
now.
my testosterone? You know what? Fuck you.
You're cycling. Your estrogen's high. You've been talking about puffiness, inflammation, soreness in the breast. Like this is
Yeah,
also.
I just acknowledged that. So
Yeah.
can we talk about how I can
so how to bring more testosterone?
bring
to-
testosterone up, estrogen down, or
So
like
again, for the average person, I'm not talking about you specifically
Okay.
because you lift things all the time, right? And so
not all the time, but
well,
like
no. Jen goes, no.
well,
I
like,
see you busy here on the
You're
farm
active,
all the
doing
time,
stuff. Yes.
right? Like more so than the average person. I mean,
I have absolutely
right?
lost interest.
the
in,
average woman doesn't build
Yeah.
fences and drive tractors and lift things.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but as my beautiful wife just pointed out, I don't apparently lift things that are heavy. I have lost interest in lifting weights. Like
That's
Okay.
because my day-to-day life is pretty active and
Right.
I'm tired. I'm not making an effort. That's one thing I can 100% acknowledge that I should carve out that time.
yeah,
Which I'm not doing.
Okay.
But like
your own time for just
my own time, like just to lift weights or to just
like
get back
exercise
into
or
yeah,
even
like
just like when was the last time you just went for a walk? You have
this
beautiful
morning. I go for a walk
woods.
most
Okay.
Yeah, most days we walk with weighted vests. That's
Okay.
not maybe it depends on the cycle, I guess. Depends on the week, I guess. But
I'm not going for a walk today. Yeah.
yeah, it depends. Some weeks I
And
walk
that's
every
normal,
day. Some
right?
weeks I don't.
Right.
I mean, this is it. I think women have been taught to almost shame themselves when they don't feel like going
Right.
and doing exercise. It's like, well, you should be resting. If you're starting your period, you should be resting.
Right.
Yeah.
You should kind of go into like a little mini like hibernation cocoon
Yeah.
and rest and regenerate and allow things to flow out of you.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I'm like, I'm not a huge tampon fan.
Nothing should go up when your body's
Yeah.
trying to move. Stuff
Right.
down
Yeah,
and
see,
up.
I'm a Diva ring. I've been using, is that what
Diva
it's called?
cup.
Diva cup.
I've been using a Diva cup for like ever.
I just see that as like messy, but again, personal.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
know.
the mess, but I do acknowledge that I don't think the more lately I've been feeling discomfort with it.
With the diva
cup.
Yep.
So I can acknowledge that those underwear, if they weren't $5,000 a
The
pair,
mixed
would
ones
be
or whatever. Yeah.
would be a good alternative. But anyway,
Are you opposed to just using sanitary pads?
yeah, I'll tell you why. Because I didn't use a tampon until I went to Canada's Wonderland when I
Yeah.
was in grade 11 or grade 10. I can't remember. I think grade 11, and I felt like I was in a diaper. I hate pads. Like
Yeah.
from grade 7, I got my period going into grade 8. So big fucking always wings. I just the fucking
I remember
the
those.
sight
like
of
the
it
thick
makes me
pads.
sick. Like I feel
I mean,
like
you know that now, like they're thin.
no, I
right?
don't. I really don't. I don't. I have not used a pad in.
Okay.
I wore a diaper when I had Evelyn. Like after I gave birth
Yeah.
to Evelyn, I had a diaper.
The
That's
big,
the
like-
last
Yeah.
like
Underwear.
sort of thing I've worn. Like I
Okay.
have no interest in
So-
wearing, and I don't wear underwear, by the way. So that's a problem. I can't really put an always with wings on without
Yeah.
underwear on. So like
That is a problem.
that's a problem.
Okay, so maybe
It's a
the
fixable
the
problem.
Nix kind of underwear
Yeah.
slash
I
pads.
like those. I think
I've
those-
never tried them, but
They were-
again,
they're comfy. They don't have like they're not.
Jen spent $400, invested a lot of money in them, and then
And
went
then
in
to
menopause a week later. And I can't fit my fat ass into them.
Come
so
on.
I swear to God,
I don't
have
believe
a
that.
fat ass. What are you talking
No, you
about?
don't.
Okay,
No.
my kid every day goes, "You got a fat
That's
ass."
because she's a teenager.
Both of you girls have fat asses. They're. I have no ass, so. But I
got a
think the
good
Nick's
booty.
underwear.
It's all
I think.
good.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, getting back. How do I raise my fucking testosterone?
So I think you can, again, I don't, from a chemical standpoint, I am not.
Well, whatever. We'll do a disclaimer
Whatever.
later. Go ahead.
Okay, disclaimer.
No, we'll
No.
add one in later. Just
So
tell me.
again, you're lifting weights. It doesn't have to be heavy weights, but I think as we move into perimenopause, we need to stop a lot of the crazy cardio that, like, I'm not saying don't do cardio,
but walking is a good cardio.
walking is good because it's kind of that, what they call it, like a zone 2 type of
Oh, it's just
exercise, right? So you're getting your heart rate up and you're moving your body. Yay. But the weightlifting is important. Being able to lift our own body weight. So whether that's just even doing plank on the floor or again getting like hand weights, what are they called, dumbbells or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
all
this
that.
is great. This is great advice
Laura?
from. This is great advice, Doc. What are those things called again?
You know those dumbbell things. I don't know. They're weights, hand weights,
Okay.
and using those to do squats, lunges, work on also upper body because I think most women have kind of a weaker upper body.
I
We don't-
definitely
if
do.
if we're at a desk or whatever most days, then we should. Be
I've
able
just
to
got
do
a
that.
lot of issues with my shoulders and arms, and I think, personally, I think it's because I'm not strong in those areas.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where a lot of my pain and mobility issues come from is just
Yeah.
because I'm weak in those areas. But
Yeah.
so lifting weights will raise my testosterone.
Doing the weights.
Anything else?
I think from an exercise standpoint, even what's it called, like jump training. So a lot of you could start with like jumping jacks if you don't have like
I piss myself. What am I supposed to do?
Type
plyometric
Like
stuff.
box jumps and shit?
Yeah.
I piss myself.
Do you?
Yes, I can't even sneeze without pissing myself.
Okay, well then you got to get those Nick's underwear. 'Cause
I'm going to be the smelliest old lady.
so again, and that's like a whole other. Then maybe you talk to like a pelvic
Floor.
physiotherapist to strengthen certain muscles and
Okay, so jumping.
so yeah, jumping, the
Weights.
weightlifting.
What else you got?
The cardio.
How about not exercise? Like anything outside of exercise that I can do to raise my T?
Sex drive is good. You connect with your partner, and
Okay.
that helps, right? So I
Okay,
think
but in order to have the sex drive, you need higher T. So let's get back to how can I get higher T?
to work on intimacy connection.
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, but
connecting
like
with
diet,
your partner.
is there a diet aspect that would help that? Like more like carnivore diet or
that's it. I think red meat, any high protein. Again, I think high fiber. So, and I don't mean like go and get your Metamucil. I mean like fresh whole foods. So your vegetables, fruits, a lot of vegetables. That allows your digestive system to work healthy, and then testosterone will.
is my nicotine helping with testosterone at all? No.
How do you want me to answer that, Jess? I have no comment on the nicotine. I think, to each their own, and I don't know any connection to.
I haven't read anything that said
Testosterone
that
and
nicotine would give me.
nicotine.
I was just joking, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah, to each their
okay.
own, though.
So those are some good tools.
Yeah.
And if like
I
hypothetically,
think most women aren't looking to raise testosterone; they're looking to lower the estrogen, right? So again, a lot of the same stuff.
so lifting
diet-wise.
weights would lower estrogen. Is that what you're saying?
I think that it helps to balance out our hormone levels. So whether it's, raising progesterone, lowering estrogen.
My breasts are so tender that I can barely touch them.
Yeah. So get a good bra.
Okay, well, what else you got?
That's high estrogen too, right?
Yeah.
Or low progesterone. That's a hormonal imbalance. So
Yeah.
so lower sugar, like low sugar intake, but managing your blood insulin levels, and keeping the detox pathways open. Right?
Well, I think I
The
do
lymph
that.
flow.
And you have, lymph
Yep.
flow, breast massage.
I'm looking at you.
I know. Again, the feet and the breast massage.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know what we're doing later.
Yeah. But
What
I
I'm doing
think
later.
so. As far as for women's health, I don't think people should be looking to their GPs for information.
So what you're saying is, because I'm basically asking you to tell me like the medical way of raising my T, but you're basically saying like, because I'm trying to get to all my friends that are on testosterone.
Okay.
So you're saying,
Like they're taking
they're taking testosterone or estrogen depending on what they need. So are you of the thinking that actually taking T is not a great idea for women?
I think that it's a case by case situation. I'm not going to say that this person shouldn't and this person should, unless we look at what's their lifestyle like.
Okay, but
What-
stop being a doctor like that for a second. Just yes, women should take a synthetic testosterone, or they should not. Like it's that. Should they or shouldn't they?
I don't think so.
I don't think anything synthetic.
I think anything synthetic is not going to be good for anybody, because then you're placing yourself in the system, and then what are the knock-on effects of that?
Right.
So it's the same as taking the birth control pill.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Right.
There's just different ways of working on things.
The main thing with like testosterone and libido for a lot of women, what Jenna and I were trying to explain is that there's a lack of connection in a lot of relationships, because as women also go through perimenopause, they're changing. Who they are is shifting. They're going through this rite of passage into this crone, and it's like you're stepping into this
like the wise woman.
Yeah, this new version of you. And
I've always been wise.
You're going to be the wise woman.
But sensuality and sexuality also can shift, and connecting to your partner, your spouse, also has to change and be sacred. And so there's a lot of relationships, there's not a lot of sacred connection,
No.
right? It's just like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, pattern sex, boom.
Yeah.
Right? There is not that deeper connection.
Yeah.
And so part of also shifting and building that testosterone, I think that there's work on intimacy and rebuilding intimacy.
Which is difficult,
Feet
right? Like I
rubs and
think
stuff like that.
feet rubs, going out for dates. I mean, a lot of partners are busy with kids. They've got children and activities.
Yeah.
They've got their school stuff, their academics. I mean, there's just so many ways to be pulled away from your partner these days. Not even these days. It's always been that way. But I think that if you can stop for a moment and have, whether it's a regular, like I have patients that have like regular sex days during the week to connect with. To me, it's a little bit regimented, but again, at
they
least
got
they're
little kids or something.
yeah,
like
exactly.
that's
Like the kids go off to school,
Yeah.
or even, I mean, later on in life as well. Like you've got kids in their 20s. There's nobody home.
that's
Well,
accountability. Like there's a accountability to connect
Yeah.
instead of just being like, nah, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
"Nah."
Yeah,
Well, I'm just going to wait till I'm in the mood. Well,
yeah. Yeah. You have
sometimes
to
we don't
create those
make that
moments.
space,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I think connection with your partner is a huge part, and can be either very dysregulating
Yes.
or regulating.
Absolutely.
Speak to that. What do you mean by that?
So relationships that are not healthy for us can be very dysregulating. Changing
There's
our
not
hormones.
safety.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, that, Jen, you can speak to relationships way more than I could, but I think that what I see in practice is women taking on a lot of roles. They're working. They're also the house manager.
They're in the masculine energy.
They're making all the appointments for the kids. They're booking the vacations. They're doing all the things. Plus, they're working out here, and
Yeah.
you have to have a double income these days. So then the men are at work, and I'm not saying that this is bad or good. It's just what's happening is that men are going to work and coming home, and everything is taken care for them.
Right.
Their hormones are fine. Women,
Right.
their cortisol is through the roof.
Yeah.
Their adrenaline, all of that, because they're constantly.
Adrenal
Yeah,
fatigue.
no,
Yeah.
that's true, because I've experienced that in my own past relationships where
Yeah.
the man and like almost to a fault, rightfully so, to the men. This is the problem: is they go to work and they think, I've done my job, I've provided,
Right. Which
but
they
like,
have.
They have,
However.
but you're not making enough. So I have to go to work
Yeah.
and provide as well.
Yeah.
But then I'm also responsible for my original female duties, which I have zero. Feminism is fucked. Fuck all feminists. Fuck you bitches. Because it fucking ruined us,
knew
you
it was
fucking
coming.
cunty
Yeah.
whores. And now I have to go to work and come home and
Do all the
clean
things.
and cook, manage the house, like you said, take the kids, do their fucking shit, blah, blah, blah.
And have no sex drive because of
And
that.
have no sex drive. But
Yeah.
the man comes home, all he's done is his 8-hour shift, and let's fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Thank
listen.
you for dinner.
Yeah. If you even get that,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then it's like, now let's have sex. And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I think this is what most women right now are experiencing.
Yeah.
And
that the
it's-
husband's a child too.
yeah,
Like,
and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and I think from what I've seen is that there has been a movement for men to learn how to be more the partner in the partnership instead of just the provider. And I'm not saying that it's just the provider, because that's important too.
course,
I think
of
that's kind of how they're driven.
Yep.
But then women are becoming the provider, the caregiver, the
leader,
everything.
the
Yeah.
protector of the home, the kids. all that
So
kind of
it is time to maybe have actual equality
Yeah.
where in the house,
Right.
where we're both, spending, Tuesdays and Thursday nights, my husband has dinner. Monday,
Right.
Wednesday, Friday, I'm making dinner. The kids are cleaning up after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, children can actually do
Right.
jobs,
Yep.
do their laundry, make their
Yep.
beds, like
Yes.
so that the parents actually have time after
Right.
their work day to
connect.
connect. And,
Yeah.
I remember my parents, I kind of made fun of them. We would do dinner. My mom, typically, she was kind of the stay-at-home mom. She would make dinner. My dad would come home late. We would all have family dinner. I think that's crazy important too. And then we would all leave once everything was tidied up, and they would stay in the family room and have their meeting. But we called it their meeting time, but it was their connection time. There was no television on. They would have music on. They would talk about their day or certain family goings-ons that,
Right.
when do couples do that? Do they do that?
No.
I don't know.
Most couples don't do
Sometimes I know you guys do that maybe in the morning.
We do
It
that,
may be a
but,
morning
like,
always
thing,
have connection.
right?
Yeah, no, we do
So-
that, but I'm just in general. No, I don't think that most families, not even dinner, like that was not a thing for us.
Phones are at the table now.
Jen is
Yeah,
like Jen is a Nazi with dinner, and I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
We had family dinner on Sundays.
Yeah,
We never had family dinners.
like not every night.
Never, not ever. No, never, never.
So never like a coming together of the family.
Very
unit.
rarely. Only on Sundays when my dad made pasta. That was like we would all be there
I'd be
for
there for
that
pasta
because you
too.
didn't want to miss that. But
So again, like it's the breakdown of that family unit,
yeah,
and I think we need to bring that back to where everybody in the household is a team member
Yes.
instead of, well, it's just the parents or it's just the mom
Right.
doing all these things and dad comes home. Like to me, that's really outdated. And it needs to be more of a team effort
yeah.
in a household.
I think more men are learning how to step into manhood, and women are learning how to let go of control.
Oh, it's a big one, man.
I think that's the biggest lesson for a lot
To
of women.
soften.
To soften, to be in the receptive energy, to let go of needing control of.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to do this, and he needs to do it
Am
now.
I am
my
I
time limit."
controlling? Who's more controlling in our relationship, you or me?
I feel like this is a trick question.
I'm just asking what your
What do
opinion is.
you think?
I think that you are more controlling, but I have my controlling tendencies. I think that as a couple, you're more in control, but I think that I can be controlling in certain things.
Okay.
You disagree with that?
I think we have our different things that we like to have control of.
Yeah. Yeah. which is kind of the same
Yeah.
as what you were saying.
Like to be the boss in
just-
certain things, I like to organize this. I like to have our schedules like this. And you like things done a certain way.
Yeah.
Yep. And if it works,
Being very careful.
fantastic. If it doesn't, then
She's
you
being
look
very
at
careful.
what doesn't work,
Right.
right?
Right.
So,
Teamwork.
yeah.
Cohesion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult because I think the 9 to 5ers, right? It's a very difficult thing where everybody leaves the home,
Yeah.
goes to work, goes to school, and everybody comes back. And whether we're running to like sports or whatever afterwards, piano lessons, whatever, it doesn't leave a whole lot of time for unity and connection.
Do you think that, and having 2 kids who are active, because we don't, we don't have that. So do you think that today that people put too much emphasis on having their kids busy, that their kids are overly active in things?
I've definitely seen it. And I think because I come from a family that, not even like my family, but my siblings and we were always in something. I don't have a problem with that in any way, shape, or form, as long as you are still making time to connect as a family somehow during the day. It may be having breakfast in the morning, sitting down and have a coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, so that everybody's kind of on the same page. I think dinner time is, to me, that's important.
Yeah.
We talk about like, what's the news of the day kind of thing.
Right.
What happened at school? What
Right.
happened in my practice? What
Right.
happened, with Matthew's work?
Everybody shares.
Yeah.
Sharing time.
And then we also go, okay, so tomorrow this is what's happening
Right.
for our family. Dad's going to be there to pick up you, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't always have to be talk about the stuff of what's happening, but at least just, connection.
Yeah.
And so if you're not doing that, I think there's a problem. I have patients that come in, students who their parents bring them in for their chiropractic adjustment. Fantastic. But then they're like, let's go. They've got volleyball or they've got piano lessons. And then we have tutor coming at 9:00 at night. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Right.
When does this child actually get to like turn off the brain and just be instead of constant stimulation?
I see the value in having kids in activities, but having a kid that doesn't really go into a lot of activities, I actually am now more prone to thinking that kids are in too much activity, and that there's
Can be, for sure.
and that's why there's a disconnect within the family unit, because how can you have family time and dinner time when 90% of the time these people are eating McDonald's and Subway and you know what I mean, on the road?
No.
4 or 5, 6 nights a week.
Yep.
I just think it's gotten a bit like ludicrous in that way. Anyway,
that is a problem.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep. I would agree with you on
Yeah.
that. If that's how life is,
yeah.
then it's like you need to look at that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else that you wanted to add in? Or like,
I feel like we went over a lot of great stuff today. We talked about all kinds of different things that are relevant to a lot of women.
Yeah.
From stress to diva cups to like all the things, right? I think it's refreshing just to have the conversation, and I hope it's refreshing for the women that are listening.
and men. I hope
and
that,
men.
because
I
there
hope
are
so,
men,
too.
I hope that they learn something from it and don't take it as a bashing men session, because it's not, but it's something that I think there's something in here for men to take as well.
Yep. Just opening up conversation, I think, is important between partners, whether it's male, female, 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 male, male, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
have those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jenna. We love
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Love you guys.
Okay.
How can people find you?
You can, on my website, www.drjenna.ca.
Yo, you don't say www anymore.
No?
No.
drjenna.ca.
Okay,
And that's it. I don't have an Instagram. Well, it's not me.
Jenna 1974.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jenna B, 1974?
That's just your personal.
Yeah, but yeah, website is
Go
how
through
you can
your
find
website.
me. I'm located in central London,
Yeah.
Ontario.
Cool.
So down by the seas. Yo.
If you're from the 90s, you know where
the
that's from.
seeps. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.